Greetings, YouTubers! If you're looking at the screen and maybe the title of this video, can it be? Can it be? Yes, it is! CD Mangaka is finally back on track doing the Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 Master Ninja Mode walkthrough commentary on Chapter 11, yeah! Finding this all ironic. This will be, you know, the first chapter I get up after the whole PS3 data loss thing. And also the first chapter I will upload in HD, and it's Ayane's chapter. Oh, Ayane. Oh, the irony. Oh, the irony. I'm going to stick with my lady trend here and equip her with the Dynasty Warriors outfit now. Let's talk about why I don't like Ayane. She's fan service. Let's face it. Come on. I mean, everything about her. To the clothes she wears, to the boob job she's gotten. I mean, the lady's 15. If you don't believe me, I think somewhere in Sigma 1 they say that she's 14. And supposedly the events of Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 take place like a year after Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1. 14 plus 1 equals 15. And let me tell you, I don't see many girls in my neighborhood walking around with knockers like those. Oh boy. Scream surgery to me. Just screams out. Alright. So now aside from that, why I don't like Ayane as a character is because she's also inconsistent. This meaning that, you know, there is not really one guaranteed delimb attack that she has. Some of her attacks do delimb, but it's not every time. There is not. I have yet to find a point near UT that is always a guaranteed delimb. It will, her UT will delimb enemies occasionally, but for the most part, her UT is so sporadic and will jump around that sometimes the one strike that will be the delimb misses because she's attacking thin air, and then she'll hit the next guy. Also, she does not have an Azuno drop, and so she doesn't bust in people's heads, and so a powerful asset is gone. And her Incendiary Shuriken are good for stunning, but for the most part, they seem to mess me up in my air combos. And if you use them improperly, you'll actually get an enemy to explode out of your UT. She's just one inconsistent character, really. So this is just gonna be how to survive Ayane's chapter, if anything. Right place? Hell, heck yeah. Here we go. Flying Swallows, for the most part, they seem to do. They have a very high delimb ratio. Takes off their head. I love this attack. But I'm trying to figure out how it gets delimb to take off the head. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know if it's a distance thing or what. I mean, it can't be a health thing, because I've taken out guys who I haven't touched before, like at the beginning of the video, with one of them, and then I've hit guys who I've roughed up a bit 3 or 4 times, and they're, you know, still have yet to have their heads implode. Quick thing note: these are undead or fallen ninjas. I don't know what you exactly call them, but you have to watch out for a new move they have, where they will make like a roar noise. If you watch earlier in the video, you'll see one of the orange guys do it. And that's where they'll actually stab you and blow up their limb and kill you. They're already, you know, suicidal, and you have yet to do anything to them. But here we go. I'm just basically just kind of attacking this guy like crazy. This is probably the best I've ever done in that fight. I was like pretty amazed with myself. I guess one of the redeeming facts about Ayane is that she's fast, but she doesn't have a lot of heavy attacks, and again, she's just so sporadic to use. I'm actually going to skip a fight here. Well, this here I'm going to get whipped real fast. Guillotine throw. Again, it's a lady's guillotine throw, so not much to it. I get lucky with a delimb here. I'm trying to flying swallow around. I'm just, again, spamming it, trying to kick up a guy's head. And the problem with her flying swallow is that it does not work like the Dragon Sword's flying swallow. Meaning that, you know, it won't do it. You have to be at a certain range with an enemy, so a lot of times you'll actually just do a downward strike, and that would totally mess up your game. If you go to your right on that bridge, you can actually go get another grain, but you have to fight a lot of werewolves, and I've just said screw it. I just don't want to put up with them. But, you know, for that fight I recommend just, you know, popping in a quick nimbo, and you should be fine. And these guys, she actually does better against these werewolves. She usually delimbs them a bit faster. And her UT will usually delimb them like every other strike at least once, and so that's good. I actually got both of them delimbed in another run through. This run through, it totally failed. And that's why I don't like her UT. I mean, it's just so inconsistent. It flies all over the place. You run up there to where in Chapter 6 you would get a grain. I mean, Talisman Rebirth, there's a grain. Over there is a Devil Mushroom. And here, this is a method recommended by Nano and Isan. I'm going to spawn the fight. Run up to where the Talisman Rebirth is and just kind of improvise and use Ayane's basics of Flying Swallow, change some UTs, and just try and survive. Another method for these first 3 fights is that you can start off at the very beginning of the match, run all the way down to where the werewolves are, and then use your Nimpo to delimb as much as you can. I've kind of can see how it worked, but for me, it's just like, if it doesn't delimb, there's so many enemies on screen. It's a method that you guys should try out, though, if you're having some trouble. right here. And with Ayane, I say, you know, feel free to just spam Nimpo with her whenever you have to. I mean, it's just a powerful Nimpo. You're not gonna, you know, it's just one level. If you're doing chapter challenge mode, though, you might have some issues. Though, you know, because you want the Nimpo to get more karma points. But I guess one bad thing about coming up here is that occasionally you'll get a whole bunch of enemies down there that can't get up, and so when you'll jump out there, there's going to be a whole bunch of them, as you'll see in a minute. But I'm just doing my best to survive. It's getting crowded up here. I'm just going to use another Nimpo. I guess maybe I should ask you guys for a lot of tips, because Ayane's chapter is just a pain to do for me. It's my least favorite chapter in the game. And it makes sense, because the ladies, you know, descend from my most favorite to my least favorite in their play order. So we're going to look around here. I know there's some dudes down there, because the camera's not working for me. And I'm just going to spam this guy until we get some sort of dilim here. I mean, here's her Zuno drop. Quote-unquote a Zuno drop, and look, he's getting right back up. It just stomps him flat. You'll only kill him really if you have really batted down. And right here, I mean, I just fall down these guys. I'm like, oh shoot, I was really wigging out. That's one thing. Don't get caught in a corner with Ayane. You will get butt raped. Figuratively speaking, figuratively. I mean, that's one thing I probably wouldn't mind Ayane having happen to her. I mean, if there was one of these girls I had to pick, that should have been a hooker. Ayane, come on. And now, I'm looking for the archers, but if you actually go back and fight that fight back there, you'll despawn the archers here, which is, you know, nice if you're doing a normal run-through, but for chapter challenge mode, you know, you'll lose some karma points that way. It's kind of, you know, your skill level, I would suppose. And we're going to come up to our first save point here. I was screaming for joy. Got some, you know, pots right there. Might as well get the essence. We have a video cut. Let's move on to the market fight. Best thing to do is just, again, you know, kind of line up your flying swallows and spam them. Right here, you know, I'm just like, fail. Right there, that was a downward strike. That was a flying swallow fail, I mean, see. And I mean, you can see just how inconsistent this stuff is with her. And now I'm finally gonna get an enemy to limit. I'm just saying, you know what, this is just not going my way. Pop in a, you know, just, you know, do a quick Nimpo, try to get somebody to limb. Now, with the flying swallow attack, the red ninjas and the mages are going to be the ones who get delimmed the most. The purple ninjas, not so much, which is like the IS Shuriken ninjas. They won't get delimmed. I'll talk about a method for dealing with them in when they spawn out of this fight. But here you got about maybe 4 mages, 2 at the beginning, and then just 2 spawn after that. And then just a couple red mages. All you have to do really though is just fly around with your flying swallow. You know, chain UTs whenever, do OTs as much as possible. Whip out an Impo or 2 if you have to. Be careful of guys who are delimmed though, because I mean, this was just a frustrating chapter for me. Here we go, we're just ripping right through them. Here I thought, you know, there was time for the blue guys, the highest ninjas to pop up, but nope. UTs are, I would recommend them for the highest Shuriken ninjas, but it has to be charged 2 UT, so there's some issues there. Now you want to get away from the market so an IS ninja doesn't spawn right next to you, and you're right here. Yep, I get to limb. I was like, yay. Trying to find him, I don't... Yeah, see, I'm trying to delim him, but it's not working for me. There he is in the back. That's a nice thing, though. The IS Shuriken will stun them for quite a while. Right, here's what you do with IS Shuriken ninjas. That was a fail. What you want to do is you want to run away from him, throw a Shuriken into one, try and get a Shuriken blow them both. It will stun them at first, and then, you know, they won't be able to have enough time to attack you after they're stuck before the Shuriken explodes, and so you'll have a lot of breathing room to attack. Which I think I stunned both of them with the IS Shuriken, and then you'll be able to delim one by charging a full UT. We'll have a perfect example though on the last IS ninja here. See, I'm just gonna kind of jump away, stick him, charge. He's gonna rush me. It blows up. He's thrown off balance. He's gonna come at me this time. If they flip, that just means they're gonna charge you. So I mean, and if you get stuck with a Shuriken, odds are you're gonna just, you know, be able to kill them before they get you. Finish him up with the OT. That's the market fight. Just kind of follow basics. I think I'm gonna go steal some from the Muramasa shop. No, I'm gonna go save. We'll see you guys in part 2 of this horrible chapter. Adios.